All right, as we get ready for the 2022 NFL Draft, we're going to the defensive side of football for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Defensive lineman Phidarian Mathis, big guy, 6'4", 313 pounds, tremendous length for this kid. Cole, just in your opinion, how much buzz has he generated as he heads into this draft year?
I don't know if he's generated a ton just in the draft process, but during the season he generated a lot. And another guy from Alabama that you say, well, he had to sit around and wait. But then when you go back the previous 2-3 years and you look at the guys that came off the board in front of him, it's not a real surprise that he wasn't on the field. And the light switch really did come on this past season. Somebody who at 315, 310 really gives you wiggle and has great lateral quickness. And I think one thing that's becoming so important almost at all levels of football, but especially in the NFL, is that interior pass rush. Can you get me a push? Can you dent the pocket, so to speak? He's got good length to be able to get an arm up and bat balls down, but also with the RPO game and how quickly the football is coming out from all these quarterbacks, the edge rusher is not quite as valuable as it has been because a lot of balls are quickly coming out over the middle of the field. So you need someone who can push the pocket and be able to give you those one-on-one pass rush wins in the middle, in between the tackles, over the guards, over the center. If Phidarian Mathis can do that. Good length, good size, and I think good quickness is something that's going to allow him to be a long-time NFL player.
And I do want to point out his length, 34 5/8. That was like the official that he was measured at. His wingspan, 83 1/2. When someone stands like that, I mean, what kind of attribute does that length truly have for those watching to understand how that really translates at the next level?
Yeah, just to give you an idea quickly, like projecting towards next season, Will Anderson's arms measure at 34, which is just stupid when you think about how he's going to project out to next year. But it all comes down to, I mean, when you talk about O-line, D-line, hands, leverage. And you hear a lot about strike and shed from a defensive lineman. So they'll strike and they want to shed an offensive lineman off of you. You also have to use those hands in pass rush situations. Whether you're going to rip, whether you're going to swim, whether you're cutting speed to power and you're going to try to get inside an offensive lineman. Well, if my arms are longer than your arms, it's going to be a lot easier for me to do that and a lot more difficult for you to get your arms on me. So that length is big inside, especially because most centers, most guards don't have that long wingspan and don't have the ability to really get their hands on guys that have a longer reach than they do. So something that'll be a big advantage for him moving on to the NFL, just like it was in college.
Cole Cubelic, always with the great insight and perspective from his playing days back at Auburn, right, my man?
That's right.
Talking a little trash on the field? Yeah, we get it. Trashing the state with litter? That's terrible. Keep it clean. Keep Alabama beautiful.